and she said to me, Shay, you have to say it. Like, you have to say that it's over. And when I tell you, I struggled. Like, it took me at least half an hour to get the words out. It was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life to date. Breaking up with my last girlfriend partner. I remember like just saying that's over, and then just kind of sticking to that. And since then I've been single.
What the hell? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another SYS video. It's your boy Bongs.
It's SheaVentures.
And yeah, man, back to back. You can finally see our faces. Yeah, I'm excited to be back. How are you doing, bro?
Doing great, man. Doing great. How you doing?
My head, I just saw something on my phone and I can't. I'm good.
Yeah.
Overall, I am good. I'm hunky-dory. Life is great. And how are you guys? Let me know. I don't know. You know when your head teacher's like, good morning, class. And then like,
how is everybody?
Type shit. Good morning.
I'm good, Miss Lorella.
You know, Kevin, Miss Green, and then I don't know where I'm going with this intro, but yeah, man, tapping in, making sure everybody is okay. I guess checking in is the context. I think, last night I was talking with a lot of people, and a big question kind of stuck out from TikTok. So yeah, put it into context. Sauce got spilled. Speakyoursauce. We jump on live on TikToks. More on Speakyoursauce. More on Sauce Got Spilled, on a Friday and a Saturday night. So yeah, if you guys want to join in, make sure you jump on that. But yeah, we were talking about what was the hardest thing that you went through that now you are stronger because of it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was the question. And obviously we uncovered some layers. So obviously I want to ask that question over to you, my boy.
How about I ask you that question?
Because I'm the host, my bro. So you get me? There we go. So yeah, what's the hardest thing that you went through, and now you're stronger because of it?
Not going gym for 10 months.
Damn.
No, on the real, that affected me, bro. That affected me.
I don't want to take that away from you, but obviously the people have already heard that story. So we need another story that we haven't heard before, so we can relate.
That's the hardest thing I went through. That probably my last breakup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So between the two, then, between the gym, like you not going gym, and the breakup, which one was harder?
I say the breakup. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So how comes it was like hard?
It was. Alright, so it was super hard because she was my first serious relationship. I was with her through adolescence, so we matured, you could say. We grew into like young adults that in a relationship together. So I was in a relationship from like 17 into 18 until 21. We had our ups and downs. And everything. Experienced a lot with her, and we we grew apart basically. We grew apart, and it got to a point where we're now hurting each other, like just by staying together, like emotionally we're just hurting each other. So it had to be ended. And I remember the day where it was like, nah, today's that, we just have to end it. And we were sitting down, we was having that chat, and she said to me, Shay, you have to say it. Like, you have to say that it's over. And when I tell you, I struggled. Like, it took me at least half an hour to get the words out. It was honestly one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life to date. Breaking up with my last girlfriend partner. I remember like just saying that's over, and then just kind of sticking to that. And since then I've been single. One because of just life. I wanted to kind of tick the boxes, like sort out the reasons that were kind of holding our relationship back. So with me personally, I wanted to get my life kind of stable so that I can then do a lot for myself and do it and be able to give. If you can't look after yourself first, you can't expect to look after another person. So yeah, that. And then also it's just because I've experienced, like I can say I've experienced like real love with and real genuine connection. I can't settle for anything less. So yeah, man, that was really the hardest thing for me. And where I'm better now, It's because I've been able to, because it's been so long, I've been able to get a bit more of a grip on what I want in my next woman, basically, like, and what I'm looking for. I've been able to mature a bit more for myself as well, to see the areas where I should have done better in that relationship, areas where she, like, kind of areas that she would have been missing, not for herself but for me, like as a partner to me. Like she was a beautiful girl, amazing personality, probably to date the kindest soul I've met, like honestly the most, like, pure-hearted soul I've met, so genuine to date. Like crazy. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with her, but just because there's nothing wrong with a person doesn't mean that they're right for you. So yeah, man.
No, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's just learning that.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I think literally the way you've broken it down as well, your transition to say that, okay, I went through it, but then what can I learn? What can I take away? This is what I'm developing to then push forward. And I think it's evident to see as well the way you conduct yourself, let's say in the dating market, if you will, when you're interacting with other women. That's definitely at the forefront. So, you know, showing a lot of emotional maturity.
It's learning about yourself. Like you know me, we talk about all the time. I'm a relationship guy, man. So when I end up getting it,
he's a sucker. He's a
like
sucker.
when I end up getting along with a girl, like even if I know full well that I wouldn't wife this girl, the fact that like we're getting along, I show relationship tendencies, but I know that I'm not gonna wife you. So then I end up in a situation. So like for me, learning about yourself is just, I've had to get to a point where I can't really entertain a girl that I wouldn't whack, because I don't want to be in that situation of hurting people. So yeah, I've had to take that step back. So I'm not actively on the dating scene right now because I'm in a committed relationship with the grind. So while I'm still there, I can't really be giving myself elsewhere.
So then I'm curious to know, how do you then dip your toe in interacting with females? How does that go about? If so, I'll say obviously we don't need to go into too much detail, but I'm just curious to know, like, how do you deal with that whole situation of, you know, you're focused on your grind and you know you can't, let's say, do short-term dating with women because you end up being in a relationship. So then how do you date? Or
when I'm not closed off. So if a girl's to come about and she fits into my life, then hey, like, we flow into it. But I'm not going to go out of my way to disrupt, because basically I'm saying, by me going out of my way to go to girls, like, I'm risking disrupting my life setup. So she has to fit into what's going on, and if she manages to, which isn't easy, if she manages to fit into the life that I have now, then she's the one. Yeah. So, and then on the other side of just, I'm still young, so I still want to have fun in that. It's just being honest and being able to separate. Like, don't act like a boyfriend to a girl that you wouldn't wife. Like, if it is just fun, make it clear that it's just fun. I think it's just that, back what we said, the whole thing, guys lying to girls. Just be honest, man. Let's be honest. They say some people are built for it, innit? Some people like the stress. Me, I ain't got time for it, man. I ain't got time or energy for the stress.
Like,
so
you're busy dealing with some other types of
bro,
stuff. You don't need that.
So if you're hurt and all of that about us not going the way that you wanted it to go, I know that I communicated it. So it's on you. Yeah, like,
I hear it.
Yeah.
So then, if we go a little bit layer up then, you know, when we're talking about self-awareness, you know, how important is self-awareness for yourself?
Heavy, bro. We live by it. Yeah. Over here at SGS, we live by self-awareness.
What does, for people that don't know, just give them some context on how does it look like? What is it?
I always say self-awareness just comes down to paying attention to everything about yourself. Like, and the self isn't you physically, like, it's just every part, like how you think. It goes how like you think, or is it what, how, why, or
start with why, then the how, then the what.
Yeah. So like in this case, it's like what you think about, how you think about it, and why you think about it that way. And like if you find yourself getting into situations with females or with guys, for the girls, it's like, what situations you getting into that you don't like, how you ended up in these situations. Why did you keep on putting yourself in this situation? And then that, once you got all of that, you got all the answers. And I think that's what self-awareness is to paying attention. Yeah, basically paying attention.
I hear it.
Like, would you define it? Would you define it any differently?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And I think I used to be, well, still am a little bit of a sucker of Jordan Peterson as well. Big psychologist from Canada, a psychotherapist, if you will. And then he talks about, yes, it's all well and good asking those questions, but as a foundation, you must be willing to hear the answers of the questions.
Yeah.
Because if you're not willing to hear
that.
the answers, you're going to be asking the wrong types of questions.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because give you a completely similar example from myself, right? When I was at uni, in like my first and second year of university, I wasn't ready to understand the fact that I felt very insecure about myself. I had no confidence in myself, right? So I kept asking, why is it that when I took a girl seriously, she didn't want to take me seriously? I kept blaming women on the fact of, fuck women, why is it that when I'm an asshole, they will want me, when I'm a nice guy, they don't? But simply because when I wanted a woman, I would offload all of my insecurities onto her. But I wasn't ready and willing to hear those answers.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So I lack that self-awareness at a foundation level, right? So it's all good, all well and good, you know, wanting to ask yourself these questions, wanting to do better about yourself, whether it's you want to stop scrolling on social media, whether it's you want to stop having sex with random people, alcohol, whatever. Yeah, you might want to do that, but are you really willing to go deep within yourself to find out what is actually the problem?
Yeah, to hear the hard truth.
Type shit.
Like people, for example, a really hard one is people that get cheated on. Like I hear, yes, the person cheated. Like the person is wrong for cheating, but for you to be with a person that cheats or cheated, or for you to still be around after they cheated, or for you to like I know a lot of girls say, they can always sense when things are up. If you can sense that something is up, then like you should. I think you need to be able to step away, basically. Like obviously you take everything into consideration, but if it's cool if it happens one time, but the people who say that they get cheated on often, like yes, you can go, it's their fault, but I think at the end of the day, like we're all born into this world as individuals. You can only ever take responsibility for yourself. So like that's even like that in itself is a harsh reality that a lot of people need to accept. Like it's not just for the cheaters, for anything. The people who want to be successful. Like I watched a podcast the other day about one of the guys he mentioned about majority of people, I think it's lazy, arrogant, or stupid. Lazy, arrogant, or stupid. The reason why, and he broke it down. It's like majority of people are lazy or arrogant. Not very many people are stupid. Because, for example, if you want to blow up on social media, you know how to post a flipping picture. So you're not stupid. Like, you know, and then the laziness comes in of now, can you be bothered to step out and do the work to then post this thing? So it's like, yeah, man, everything comes back to you. You got to take responsibility.
It's a fantastic segue. And I think that, you know, for us, I feel like self-awareness is a very important thing when it comes to, I guess, you know, if we're really, the purpose of this is just talking about understanding the self, decision making, whether it's growth, development, or hard truths or whatever, it's taking responsibility, right? And I think I used to be into these philosophies, listening to, you know, when it comes to stoicism, focus on the things you can control and all the things you can't control.
Yeah.
For me, that never used to make sense. I could never understand it and explain it. And literally, even say last week, something happened that kind of pissed me off, killed my mood, whatever. And once again, my development, self-awareness is understanding, okay, but how do I assume responsibility for that situation?
Yeah.
It's why am I pissed off with that situation? I'm pissed off because of I put expectation on somebody else. Why? Because I felt like that person would take something as seriously as I do.
Yeah.
I reflected all of my ambitions onto them.
Yeah.
And that's not their fault. That's, you know what I mean? Because who they are as an individual is, they might be lazy, unmotivated. This just doesn't mean anything to them. And that's fine. That's okay with them.
Yeah.
The reason why there's a problem or there's a discrepancy is because I projected all of my emotions onto them.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So then when I assume responsibility, it's like, okay, cool. Next time I need to change, number one, change the way I interact with people, but then also put all of the like, let's say, potential emotional reaction onto myself rather than them. So rather than putting all of the anticipation, expectation onto them, put it onto yourself. Because that way you can never be disappointed. And at the end of the day, it's the world we live in, right? The harsh reality is everybody, even me, even Shay, at the end of the day, everybody's here for numero uno. You get me?
Man.
Like, we're best of friends, but the only reason we're probably best of friends is because it's just everything aligns. He aligns with what I'm trying to achieve. I feel like, not necessarily that I'm using him, but for me to be successful, I can lean on him. He's somebody similar to me, whatever. Same thing for him to be successful. At the very
you gotta surround yourself with them people.
You get me?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's another one of the harsh realities that people just don't want to own up to. Or if you guys do, this is something that was just recently, I guess, made self-evident for myself. And it's something that popped up last night on the TikTok as well. Another girl jumped on here. She was like to us, okay, guys, basically I'm with my boyfriend and he doesn't like to go down on me. What should I do?
First of all, I feel sorry for you, miss. I feel sorry for you.
You see what I mean? But there's just
I hope
so
things
much.
change.
We pray.
We
you know
pray.
What I mean? So obviously we chopped it down. We gave the advice, the typical look. If you can't have a conversation with your boyfriend about sex, why are you taking it up? We're like, cool. So
that's mad. And like that, yeah. If you can't have that conversation about sex, and then she would go, yeah, like we just don't feel comfortable. Have the uncomfortable conversation or stop complaining. Like
you get me?
Yeah.
You
take
get me?
responsibility.
Take responsibility. Yeah. Dissected it. Cool. Don't want to do that. Okay. The last thing you can do is walk away. She said, no, but I don't want to break up with him.
So you're left with the options. I used to think, that I was like growing up and going through certain changes as mentally. I used to think that maybe I'm a bit more heartless than most people because of the ability to be, objective. But no, as I'm getting older now, like I'm realizing not that many things affect me. And then when I look at the things that do affect me or that affect most people that don't affect me, it's like there are things that don't really matter so much. It's like something that you get annoyed at because of somebody else like done something. It's like when you look at it, it's like, no, it's not that deep. Or you take responsibility, you make the change. And I'm telling everybody that life just gets so much like easier, so much like happier when you don't let things affect you. And you'd be surprised how much you can kind of block out when you take responsibility. Basically, when you take responsibility and when you just kind of analyze what's happening.
Wow. Yeah. With that, I love that summary. I love that summary. And I want to end on a high today. I want to switch it up a little bit today. I want to end on a high. I think, if you lot love this one, if you want to hear more, if you want us to go into more detail, these are the types of ones we can talk for days. Dating, relationships, self-awareness, and mindset. You see, here's some bread, here's some butter.
Yeah.
Get me? So if you lot enjoyed, make sure to either drop a comment, ask us for more, drop us a DM on Instagram or TikTok, I guess. Yeah, drop us a comment.
Instagram, you can't DM us on TikTok.
You can message us on TikTok then.
Comment on the post.
Comment on the post. I'm glad you guys have enjoyed. It's been your boy Bongs.
It's been SheaVentures.
Catch you in the next one.